greatness. The awesome, a crushing might of the show Stomper! Welcome, my friends, to a show that seemingly never ends. This is a 3, a 4. Hold on. 3, 4, 3. Oh, there we go. 3, 4, 9. Oh, you're pitching the slide. Like, you got it. You just love the show Stomper. Tell you, you just love it. I'm here. A lot to talk about. It's first, let's let Bob Riley sing us in as every single week. 2007. The song is called, inauguration Eve. It's called The Calling of the Just. That's a record. The song, intro of nothing, still available from Revelation Records in Herndon Beach, California, where they shoot their death in a nightclub. Get your car with a hammer and run your vehicles him out of town on the rail to open up a substandard yet failing restaurant in Central Florida. Listen well.
I'm on my way back to nowhere. I took my time but I could not see too clear.
When I'm taking a real good look at you. When I'm taking a real good look. Face.
I'm on my way back to damn bar.
So being payback is always not there. My son. Let's get that stop. Let's put the headphones in so I don't have to shout. I don't think I have to shout anyway. I'm assuming you can all hear me. Yeah, bro. Yeah, we got priorities, right? Mr. RP, sometimes he trains, and then sometimes he hangs out eating fine foods at places like Original Joe's. Oh, they serve him up something special there, huh? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to hear. Luke, you mean Mr. Third Place? Lucas? Mr. Third, you've been trading with Mr. Third Place. You know who you see right here, man? Mr. First Place. That's how you see. That's how you, first place right here. I got the ribeye. Anyway, this is 349. I'm your host, Eugene S. Robinson, in the icebox room again. But the good thing is, I'm getting more room in here as I'm packing up stuff. So you can hear even this little echo, this little reverb here on it. So let's do the typical breakdown thing. Yeah, I got to get a shirt that says that Arnold is numero uno. Fuck Arnold. Me, numero uno. So this week has been a weird week, right? We finally did a show on what is this in my pocket? We finally did a show on a successful show on If the Shoes Fit. Got it done with no undue interruptions brought about by weather. Oh, we live in these tech zones. Alexi in Jersey, me in Silicon Valley. And if there's a slight change in the weather, the Wi-Fi is out. Oh, gonna plug it into the wall. That's great. They send you another modem. All right, put this in. And since when do I work for Comcast? You put it in. Or it sits in a box. Go straight to hell with yous. So anyway, we got that show done. Bad Boss Brief that came out this past week. How to do that, doing that which you hate. And then, of course, David Lynch dies. Now, I'm a huge David Lynch fan, and I got a lot to say about David Lynch, right? But the thing is, I don't know anybody who doesn't like David Lynch. In fact, the only movie that David Lynch did is Wild at Heart, because he let fucking Nicolas Cage run riot all through it, and it didn't end up being a good look. I've been trying to rewatch it to reassess my initial opinion of Wild at Heart with Nicolas Cage, but weirdly enough, it is impossible to find. Yeah, Dune is great, right? It's impossible to find. Now, Michael Cimino in Heaven's Gates of Heaven, I need to revisit that as well, because that was supposed to have ruined the studio. It certainly ruined the career of Michael Cimino after a strong start with The Deer Hunter. If you're not in the movies for now, you got to move along here. That's easily more interesting than the fights last night, which I'll get to soon. So, there's fuck Cyclone. So, so in any case, Wild at Heart, I looked on Amazon, looked at Apple TV, looked at YouTube, we can't find it. We can't find it. Yeah, man. That's what it's David Lynch. So David Lynch is like one, that's like Oxbowian. You do realize Oxbow doesn't have a shitty record. A shitty guitar player? No, not even that. He plays well. He's just, out of his mind, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Wild at Heart's your favorite. All right, I need to rewatch it again for sure. I think I own it around here, but all my stuff is packed. I really want to rewatch it. That problem is writing about David Lynch as a tribute, because I don't know anybody who doesn't like David Lynch. I'm not going to be able to tell anybody anything that they don't already know, right? Bobby Peru, I ripped off that line about fraternizing with the natives for years. Okay, well, we'll get to that. Yeah, Lost Highway, Trapeze, all good stuff. Home Record, we'll get to that, actually. So, because there was some very few things to talk about last night, but some things. So I haven't been able to, but I was going, David Lynch. Then I was getting all revved up to do David Lynch. I start to think about this about Wednesday or Thursday. I start to think about what I'm going to write. But then I hear that Snoop Dogg is going to appear. People all of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. It's like people running through the streets, right? Running through the streets. Was it Barry Adamson is my man? So yes, running through the streets, and you're kind of like watching. What the fuck are they running? What's that? Where they going? Where are you going? Everybody's on their Facebook feed. Fuck Snoop. Fuck Snoop. Fuck Snoop. What? Snoop did something? What Snoop do? What Snoop do? What the fuck did Snoop do? He's hither and yon. People, okay, well, let me check it out. Check it out, see what Snoop has done. Oh, Snoop and Nelly are going to perform at the inauguration tomorrow. And people are up at arms because a few years ago, Snoop said, fuck Trump, and now he's appearing at the thing. This was reminding me, it was dangerously coming close to reminding me of Oxbow being in Japan, being interviewed by some Japanese journalists. Now, tonally, what happens with the Japanese, they are great readers of American culture because, they got bombed by us. So you got to pay attention. That guy who kicks your ass, you listen to what he says after he kicks your ass because you want to make sure the next time is coming. And so they get certain things from American culture, and, somebody at a magazine interviews us and starts talking to us about selling out. Because they probably gleaned that in the American, music industry, this is a big topic of discussion, and they want to touch on it. And I'm like, selling out? Exactly. Jimmy has got it right. Selling out? What do you sell out? I say, anybody who comes with a bag of money for Oxbow to do anything, we're doing it. We're doing it. Because if you want us to do something better than Caruso, we can for a certain fee. But it'll be us doing it. It'll sound like us. Come to Boonwell. You want Boonwell to do your TV commercial? That's fine. You want to do Boonwell's music for your commercial? That's fine. There's some bands that sound like they're like Black Keys, that sound like they're writing music specifically for commercials. Nothing I've ever done has sounded like it would go great with a commercial, except it does. Accidentally, I take the money in a second. There's the one-way wallet thing. I'll take any incoming, I'll take. I don't care so much about outgoing, but in the incoming, I'll take. So I said, no, we'll sell out in a second. Because you know what real selling out is? If you deprive others of the way that you made it. Hold on. Whew. So, like X was all about discussing how they didn't sell out when they signed their first major label deal, and everybody was shitting on them for selling out. Yeah, if they're taking bands on tour with them, they could also get, Jack White is a good example. He's still reaching back. Nirvana was good, still reaching back. Still reaching back. That's selling out. So whatever. Have a sell discussion. I'm not gonna. So with Snoop thing, everybody's like, he's a hypocrite. He's a this and he's that. He's playing at the inauguration. And I started, of course, the first moment I had of this, which felt like black betrayal, was with Sammy Davis. And I swear to God, if you look up Sammy Davis and Richard Nixon, you see him sneaking up behind Nixon and giving him a hug, and Nixon looking incredibly uncomfortable to have this Negro so close to him, right? Okay, I know with my own, there are two things I know that I've seen with my own eyes that must have been out there for 1 second before somebody goes, no, take it away. Number one, and this is a mild one, the original poster for Taxi Driver, De Niro had a gun in his hand. He had a gun in his hand. In the original poster with Travis Bickle standing in the street in front of the tenement, in front of his cab, they got rid of that. You can't find that anywhere. So it's so complete and total that I think I've hallucinated it. I didn't. And with Sammy Davis Jr., I swear to God, at the time, there was a photograph of Sammy Davis on his knees hugging Nixon around what would be his legs, like a double leg, a really badly executed double leg takedown. I haven't seen that photo. I looked all over for that photo. I haven't seen it, but I know I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah. Yeah, Sammy was all in with Anton LaVey, which Anton LaVey talked about copiously when I interviewed him. And I was in our association before he died. So, yeah, they did erase the gun. So I know I saw it. So I'm almost one of those creepy collectors. Like if I could find that poster, I might pay handily for the poster with the gun actually in it. I got Taxi Driver posters around here that I need to pack up. So, so I've experienced this sensation before of like, we are hugging Nixon. You got to understand the amount of lefty hatred for Nixon back in the 60s and the 70s was colossal, and not just left-wing hatred, right? Why? Because nobody wanted to go get shot up in Vietnam. That's why. Yeah. Sammy, yeah. Come on, Enterprise. Easy. So this feeling, but it started to tonally, like I said in the Substack, started to feel bad to me. Like it's not making sense to me. You shitting on. And Eazy-E, that didn't sit well with me either. Both him appearing there, but as well as the reaction to him appearing there. Now, Eazy-E, of course, died and let people focus on other things, and we stopped talking about it. But it was like, there's a great saying that my friends in the Middle East have, my friends in Israel have. He says, why give us a hard time? Why give the Jew the hard time for something that the Gentile does every day? And I'm like, Tim Cook, the very gay Tim Cook, giving all these hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Trump campaign? Well, you think he did it because he liked them? It's a transactional world, baby. You got to pay to play. Jeff Bezos. You think Jeff Bezos, or the Washington Post, gives a crap? It's called, listen, you don't know Skull Game. Okay, if you remember with Skull Game. Okay. Skull Game. If you remember Skull Game, it was originally started by this guy, Ilan Bunimovitz, who was the head of a company called GameLink. That's why I got game in the title. Skull Game, full title of the porn site, Mac Avenue Skull Game, right? Which is a song from the band Big Chief, which is the band from Barry Hensler, who used to be in the Necros, the band my mother lovingly called the Negroes. And Bunimovitz, at one point, it was like Hard Times, but for the porn industry, or The Onion, but for the porn. A cross between The Onion and like Yelp, right? Because we were there because we reviewed and sold porn through GameLink, who did our back end. And at one point, I'm making jokes weekly, came out weekly about Schwarzenegger. And he called me into his office and he was like, yeah. And he calls me in his office and goes, hey, man, you got to lay off the jokes on Arnold. And I was like, first of all, I'm a longtime bodybuilding fan, and I'm a huge fan of Arnold's. So where do you get off telling me what to – besides which, I'm doing good business for you. Don't interfere with my flow. And I go, well, where's this coming from? And he goes, listen, this guy's going to be governor. And I'm like, he's not going to be governor. And besides which, if he is, so what? Well, you know what? You know, if there's some people who know something about threats, it might be a Russian-Israeli Jew. And I kept it up. He suggested I stop. He didn't tell me to stop. I kept it up. I kept it up and kept it up. And finally he says, hey, you know what? You guys got your thing. You don't need the $4,000 a month I'm paying you to do this. How about we just stop doing it? And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. It's your deal. And he goes, but I want you to keep doing it, but I don't want to be – what he's trying to do is get himself out of the line of fire. So he says, I'll make you a deal. I'll sell you Skull Game. I go, well, I don't know about that, man. I'm not about opening that wallet. He goes, you don't even have to open your wallet. Okay, what's the fee? Your last paycheck. I go, ooh. On the one hand, I get to keep doing this site that I like, that I think is hilarious. On the other hand, $4,000. But I'll tell you what, you'll still provide me with all the porn, all the free porn so I can review? Yep. Everything's the same. Still give you checks. Everything's the same. But I won't give you checks for the site. I'll give you checks for what you sold. That's good business. All your back end is all our stuff. I go, good, I'll take it. And I got possession of Skull Game. Like literally 3 weeks later, Arnold, there's a snap election, whatever they call it, with the recall thing of Gray Davis. Arnold is now the governor. Well, I didn't lose interest in making fun of Arnold, but I was shaken by the fact that I was wrong in that regard. One little bit of news. There were two of these. Sorrel threw these in my face. They are old man jiu-jitsu rash guards. I sold one. After everybody said, I want one in the comments. I want one. I got two. This is an XL, and I have another XL. Only two left in creation. I take it from Sorrel because everybody says, I want one. And then I put it up on the thing and only one person wanted to buy it. But to buy it, what I did was put it at the end of the Substack. So what that means is people who read to the end of the Substack might not be jiu-jitsu players and might not want it. So this is a much better place to pimp it. Post it if you're in America. Post is paid. Even if you're in Canada, post is you got add $20 onto it. The price right now, this goes for $80. It is, I believe, a long sleeve rash guard, old man jiu-jitsu with my face on it. That's postage paid. That includes Canada, where postage is $20. Yeah. That's true. It was worse there. So anyway, that's it. Try not to die between now and next week, and I'll do the same. Take care, you know what I'm saying. Look what you made me do! Don't die. OJW just showed up. Don't die, bloody. Don't die.